I've been writing songs since I was, like, 13, but it was on, like, the piano, and they were just,
Okay.
like, simple 4 chord progressions with lyrics, and it felt very, like, restrictive,
Mhm.
and I think once I started producing on Logic when I, like, graduated, I think that it just opened so much more to, like, my songwriting and my sound, and I got to really experiment with, like I love starting off with a bass line. I don't play bass, but I just love doing that, and it's kinda like the first thing I gravitate towards when I'm writing a song, so it made me just, like it just opened my world. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm Izza, nice to meet you.
Hi, IZZA. I'm Adam. Very nice to meet you as well.
Mhm. Well, thanks for having me.
Of course. This is about you and your journey in music, and we'll talk about. I believe you have an EP coming out, right? And a new song.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Exciting. So I'm excited to hear your story. You're in LA now? Were you originally born and raised in LA?
Yeah, born and raised, I'm still here, I'm a townie, so, it's very nice to pursue my dreams and still have my, childhood family and friends be around me.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm from San Diego. I live in Nashville now, but
Awesome.
yeah, not very many people were from San Diego or Los Angeles. It's definitely a place people move to try to make things happen. Obviously, so
For sure, yeah. Do you
what
miss
part
it?
of nah, to be honest, what part of LA did you grow up in?
I grew up in Encino. It's
Okay.
this, town in the valley,
Hmm.
very kinda, like, quiet and suburban, but I love it, and, um, my family's still there, so
Very, very cool. What about music or a creative household? Do you come from musical family?
my family has always loved music. They took me to concerts, since I've been little and been going to, like, venues like Hollywood Bowl,
Hmm.
Staples Center,
What is it
uh
now? Like cryptocurrency building or something like that?
yeah, Crypto.com.
Oh yeah, crypto got there. There you go.
Yeah, so they were music lovers. They didn't play instruments themselves, but they had me playing piano like any other kid or like any other instrument you pick up when you're growing up. But I fell in love with songwriting because I just didn't feel like I could express my emotions to people. I think it's hard to have conversations, and I think directing that in a creative outlet really helped me figure out what I was going through and have something to, use as therapy, but also create art. So I fell
Hmm.
in love with that, and I've been doing that for a very long time now.
That is amazing. So you said you started on piano though.
Yeah, piano, and then I also danced. So I think dancing made me love pop music, which is the music I make now.
Sure.
So, and that's something I'm trying to incorporate more with my music. I just shot a music video for my new song Sweat. It's coming out next
Yes.
week. And
Yes.
yeah, I did like a whole dancing music video, got like dancers and everything, and it's a very upbeat, fun song. So I think it really adds to the music.
That is cool. Very, very cool. So did you go to school for music at all or anything like that? Like or did you join band? Or were you in the band or anything like that?
Yeah, I went to USC for music industry,
Oh
uh,
wow.
and studied, yeah, music business and learned so much there, and it was a lot of fun. And now I'm out in the real world. But yeah, I learned a lot there, and it was a great time.
That is awesome. And did you go because you said for music business. So
Mhm.
is this always been something you wanted to do? Was obviously something in the music industry or
Yeah,
songwriter, be an artist?
yeah, for sure. I think the hardest part about being is in music or wanting to pursue music is you don't really know where to start. I think
Mhm.
it's hard for a lot of artists specifically, like, how do you even upload a song to Spotify? Or how do you
Right.
even get a producer? I think my biggest challenge was trying to find someone to make music with. I remember when I graduated school and wanted to start, recording music and releasing it under IZZA. I couldn't I didn't really know how to find a producer, so I started DMing producers I saw, like, on Instagram to try to ask if they would wanna work with me, and every producer I messaged was asking me for a demo, and I was so confused because I was trying to make demos essentially or make
Right,
songs,
yeah.
and then I'm
Like, I
going,
have nothing. That's why I'm contacting you.
"Yeah, that's why I'm contacting you." So then I was confused. I was like, "Do I just send them, like, a voice note of me playing piano with lyrics?" Like, I'm not sure what to do. So then I had to really understand production, and I learned music production in school, but you kinda just learn like a very basis of it and kind of each program. You don't really get to spend the time to really practice and write songs on a
Mhm.
daily basis. So I had to learn Logic from like a songwriter and production standpoint and then create the songs fully to send to producers to be like, hey, like, do you
Oh,
want to work
wow.
with me? And I didn't realize that's not something people do, that people just go to sessions with maybe an idea and then write, with a songwriter or producer. But this whole time, I've been writing music since now. I literally make the whole song and, produce it and take it to my the producer I work with now, Noah, and he obviously is more experienced than I am and makes it, come to life more. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's kind of my process of it.
Wow. Yeah, so
Yeah.
instead of but I mean, even how would you know, people that show up and they have an idea or something, and then it becomes a song with a songwriter? Because those sessions aren't, like, advertised. I mean, you have to meet
No, there's
people, right?
no,
It's
like,
all yeah, it's not like you
info.
go online and, like, just schedule an appointment with a hit songwriter.
Yeah, yeah, and, like, in school, we really learned kind of the way if you were already a signed artist and
Oh.
part of a label, there wasn't really a lot of knowledge. I think maybe there might be more now because I think there are a lot more independent artists, but even just, like, every year, they change, like, the program because the
Right.
music industry is, like, evolving, there's new
Always changing. It's like
classes,
if you get a degree in social media, which was I'm
yeah,
old, so that wasn't even a degree when I was in school, but, like, I always think about that. I'm like, "Okay, so, like, if you went to college 5 years ago, that degree is, like, so
it literally
irrelevant
means
now."
nothing. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
because
Like, you
things
just gotta
change.
post on Facebook or something.
Yeah, things change so fast, so there's really no rule book in music in general, but especially for, like, an independent artist, like, trying to teach that, it's really difficult, and I think that you have to kinda just find your own path.
Mhm. Did that I mean, that must have obviously helped you because you're writing full songs, right? And you're probably getting better and better as you do it. So you're doing what you wanted to eventually do, but you're just like, "Oh, well, I gotta do this myself," instead of having maybe like a mentor of sort sit there
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, well, let's change this lyric or let's do this chord progression." It's like, no, you just kind of had to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and it feels really great to be able to, like, not rely on so
Hmm.
many people all the time, or if I just, a lot of the time my songwriting process is like it'll be the middle of the night and I could just go in the next room and start making a song. Like I don't have to wait till another session to
Right.
start writing, or if I don't know how to, start making a beat. Like, I don't have to wait for someone to give me a beat so that I can write too. So it feels really nice to be able to have that sort of like autonomy and be able to like express also what I want, because I think a lot of the time, like, I'll hear things that I want to make, but sometimes you might not know the language on how to express to like maybe a producer or
Right. Yeah. Like, oh, I want it to sound like this. You can
Yeah.
actually speak the language in the studio with the person.
Yeah, yeah, so it's really cool, and also I just love it. I just, like, grew to love it. I think also, like, producing's so scary to a lot of people, and I think especially, like, women, because
Oh,
there are,
yeah.
like, historically a lot of women that produce music, and I feel like, you know, to female artists I speak with, they think, "Oh my god, but it's so hard." And I'm like, "Yes, it can be hard, but also, like, I think if any guy can do it, why can't any girl do it?" So
Right, right. I've had this, I've had another person on this show before. I can't remember who, but we were talking about this because it's so interesting to me because, uh, as a male, and I have a MacBook here. I could just tell people that I'm a producer. I'll just open GarageBand and drop like 3 loops in and be like, "Well, yeah, I'm a producer."
Yeah,
And for a and I have 0 skills and 0 knowledge really of what I would be doing. But then as a female, it's harder for you don't have the luxury of just doing that, right? Or just saying, "Yeah, I'm a producer." Like,
yeah,
"Oh, okay, well, let's see. What have you produced?" And it's just such a weird
yeah.
thing. And like I have so much respect for the fact that you do that all.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I wish, more artists would try it because I think it would they would just love it, but also I think it would help them with their process too.
Sure. Yeah. So you've
Yeah.
been writing songs for a number of years, or like did this become a bigger thing once you had graduated and you were like, I want to do this. What do I do? They want demos, so I'm just gonna figure this out.
Yeah, so I've been writing songs since I was, like, 13, but it was on, like, the piano, and they were just,
Okay.
like, simple 4 chord progressions with lyrics, and it felt very, like, restrictive,
Hmm.
and I think once I started producing on Logic when I, like, graduated, I think that it just opened so much more to, like, my songwriting and my sound, and I got to really experiment with, like I love starting off with a bass line. I don't play bass, but I just love doing that, and it's kinda like the first thing I gravitate towards when I'm writing a song, so it made me just, like it just opened my world.
Hmm. I love that. And then you put an EP out a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, my first EP was in 2022.
Okay.
So, yeah, feels
And,
like forever ago, but also not. It's great.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yes, because you put out a handful of music and you have an EP coming out I wanna talk to you about, but, you have this, I'm curious to know, obviously, your online presence and, like, your videos and stuff that you create is so brilliantly done that, people attract to it, right? I mean, the Billboard video was massive for you. So
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you talk about that, and also, I don't know the story behind the Coachella marketing thing that you did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so tell me about that.
Yeah, so with Coachella, I had this idea of playing, like, my own set at Coachella because, like, I couldn't play, so now I'm just gonna make my own stage, and I think that's, like, honestly a representation of my music career is, like, people say I can't do something or people, like, throw this obstacle at me, and I'm just gonna do it anyway, or
Right, right, right.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I'm
See
not on the poster, but I'll figure this out, I'll play.
yeah, like, so I took my MIDI keyboard in the festival with me. I was so nervous, like, "Is security even gonna care? Like, what is
Yeah, are they gonna take it from you or
yeah,
whatever?
my headphones, like, and my MIDI keyboard, and I'm thinking, "This is a music festival. This is a musical instrument. They're not gonna say anything, like, no
Yeah,
way." So yeah, took it in the festival, started recording these videos, and basically shot it in the form of Snapchat
okay.
so that it would look like somebody was recording me being like, "Who's this chick? Like, why is she, like, over there with her keyboard? Like, what is she doing?" So then I posted one video, did super well, posted more videos, they did super well, I'm like, "What is" I was like, "What is so funny about this?" Like, I don't get it, like, why are people like because they got millions and millions, like, each video got, like, probably over 10,000,000, one video got, like, 70,000,000, so it was,
So
like,
crazy.
reaching all these people, and I still don't understand it, but they think it's funny, so I think it's funny, and it's just it's yeah, it's really it's cool to see that.
Well, it's one of those things like where people probably had the idea in their head, like, "Oh, I should just play like this, blah blah blah," and then you actually do it, right? And then you film
Yeah,
it, and Coachella is such a it's like I think it's the only festival still that will sell out before the lineup's even announced.
yeah,
I mean, it's
literally.
just like now it's just like this thing, a B scene like event. Because you know it's gonna be a good lineup and it's this big deal. But like, yeah, to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring my own instrument and I'm a musician. I'll just play here. Like I
Yeah,
just think that's it's funny and it's bold and the way you executed it obviously worked as well.
thank you. Yeah, I've been going to Coachella, that was my 10th Coachella. I've
Oh
been
my
going
gosh.
as a teenager, and it's a very special place for me just c because I think that's where I learned that was on, like, my first festival ever going to, and
Uh-huh.
I remember seeing the people on stage and being like, "Whoa, like, that's what I wanna do." Like, that looks so much fun. That looks, like, crazy. So,
Yeah.
that's, like, one of my dreams is to play there, so
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember going years upon years ago as well. It used to be 2 days or 1 day, and then now it's like 3 and 2 weekend like, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
But when it first started, yeah, I mean, it always has had that reputation of having a great lineup. The first one I went to was Paul McCartney was the headliner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think The Cure was the other day. It was like the when they first did 2 days maybe? I can't remember, but yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's wild now to think of how massive that is. But that's so cool. So yeah, so those videos start going off, and then what are you trying to get people to go to your Spotify, or is that just blowing up your TikTok or your social media or Instagram at that time? Like, was that what really kind of got the ball rolling as far as your social media presence?
Uh, yeah, I put my song "Gentleman" in the back of the video, so I think a lot of people liked that, and they were
Mhm.
streaming the song because of that. Um, I also would perform the song around the festival, like, SZA liked the photo like, the videos, like, Dead
That's
Mouse
crazy.
commented, like, a bunch of, like, EDM people reposted it, I'm like, "I don't even make EDM music, but let's go," like, you know?
Exactly.
So, all press is good press,
Sure.
and yeah, I definitely got a lot of new listeners from that, and I remember I did one of the videos, like, on the last day, and somebody came up to me and they were like, "We loved your videos!" Like, I was getting recognized. I was like, "What?" So then I actually went back weekend 2 to film more videos, and when I went
Oh,
week
brilliant.
2, I, like, literally felt like a celebrity. Like, people would come to me, and I'm like, "This is crazy," like, that they're recognizing me from, like, these videos. I'm like, "I guess I'm hitting the right demographic, like, thank you so much, the algorithm," but,
Yeah, no, for sure. Whoa, okay. So was that more recent than the Billboard video?
yeah, the Billboard video was
Oh, so that was the first one that was the first one that went viral for you then?
yeah, that was the first one
Okay.
that went viral,
Because I saw
and
you post something about it being like a year ago. Maybe that was even a little while ago that you said, "I
yeah.
can't believe it was a year ago."
I posted on TikTok, like, in 2022. It got, like, 6,000,000 views, which I thought was so much, but now I
That
see it
is.
like 70, and I'm like, "That's even" like, I didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
imagine that, like, that was insane to me. But, yeah, I posted that and got, like, Tinder commented, like, a lot of, like that's when a bunch of news outlets were reporting about it, and I'm like, "I'm just doing me, like, why do people like, really, what is
Well, it was a
so"
brilliant idea. So
Thank
you
you.
put a yeah, you had a song coming out, and so you what, put the billboard up right next to his house or his apartment or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, so I just, like, wanted to show, like, that, I'm doing good, like, you don't
I'm
have
doing
to
big
worry,
things.
like yeah, you
I'll
can
remind you about it every day when you walk home. Get home.
Yeah, yeah, you could do me wrong, but I'll do better.
That's
So,
so good. That's so
yeah.
brilliant.
And, like, Lana did, like, the same thing right after, which was, like, really cool to see.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was, like, crazy, uh, that that was inspiring women to get revenge on their ex. Like,
Yeah,
love that always.
that's too funny. So well, tell me about this. The new song's called "Sweat." Tell me about that song, and I want to hear about the EP as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, Sweat comes out on the 5th, so very soon. I've been teasing it for a very long time, so I'm very excited to finally be releasing it. But it's yeah, just a really good dance song. I love upbeat pop music, kind of like the 2010s. That's like the
Mhm.
music I grew up on, like the Katy Perry, Kesha, Lady Gaga, universe. So
Sure.
I definitely wanna try to bring that music back, but just in a 2024 way. And yeah, I started off with, like, a bass line. I never made a song with 4 on the floor, so I love songs like that, so that's what I did with this song, which I loved, and yeah, did a music video for it. It's super, super sweaty, super dancey, and I think people are gonna love it.
Yeah, tell me about the video. Is it
Yeah.
that's probably the one that you've yeah, I've seen some clips of it, I think, online.
Yeah, I've been teasing it. We shot, like, in this, studio with, like, a black wall,
Mhm.
and yeah, just very focused on the choreography, and we got covered in sweat. They, like, literally covered me in Vaseline, and you, like, spray water on it, and it looks like the sweat is
Oh,
on
sure, it,
it.
like, beads up on your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, and I was like, "This is crazy." And I'm like, "Are you gonna even be able to see this, like, on camera?" Like, I was so skeptical, but you can,
Yeah.
and you literally
I thought you were
see.
gonna say they just turned the heat up to, like you they put us in, like, a hot yoga studio or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually, like a lot of those places, you either have to, like, pay for air conditioning, and and we were, like, shooting in, like, the valley in Burbank, and it was very hot that day. I was like, "No, we need air conditioning," like, but, like, the air conditioning would make me feel cold, so then the water would go away, so I'm like, "Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off," like, but yeah, so it was definitely trying to balance the heat and but also being able to work, so
Love it. That's awesome. And so what's the EP, then? Is that coming do you have a date for that or
yeah, I think I'm gonna release it in November,
okay. Are
and
the songs that you've released thus far this year I mean, Gentlemen, we you were talking about, that one's out, obviously. But, like, uh, Flavor or 1-800 Situationship, are those also on the EP, or are the
yeah,
new songs coming out? Oh,
yeah,
those
those
are,
are on the
okay.
EP, and there's also 3 more songs, so 7
Okay.
in total. And it's called Because I'm Blonde, and it's about being a blonde and the pros and cons and kind of I guess, connotations and perceptions that come with it, especially with, like, dating and how I remember I'd always see videos of women saying who had, like, different hair colors, like, how they were treated, and they're like, "What if I was a blonde? Like, guys always wanted me, but they never wanted to keep me," and I was like, "I feel like that too." Like, that's crazy because it feels like, blondes maybe are considered, like, desirable by men, but then brunettes maybe are more for, like, the long term, and blondes are only for the short term. So it's kinda, like, playing with that idea of being like, "Does the way I look affect how I'm perceived in dating?"
Mhm.
And so Sweat, for example, is a very kinda, like, fun and, like, sexy song, and you feel, like a fun blonde when you listen to that song, but then in, like, 1-800 Situationship, it feels like, maybe you feel like the blonde that's just there for a good time by a guy, like, guys only wanna
Right.
have situationships with you.
Right, right, right. Okay. So yeah, so that's, like, kind of the through line then for the
Yeah, that's,
entire
like, the through line of
love
the
it.
project.
Very, very cool. Well, I love what you're doing thus far, and I can't wait to see the video in full. I've just seen the clips of Sweat, and that's really cool, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's been great. Yeah, I can't wait for you to see the video and release it and to be out in the world.
Are you doing any shows? I think you know, I when I went on your website, I don't think you had anything scheduled, but you had past stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of
yeah. I was just on tour in May. I was in Europe and in the UK. That was really
how is
fun.
that?
That was insane. Yeah, it was my first tour, and I learned so much, and just being able to play every night, I was just like, "This is so cool." Like, I'm living, like, my dream just to be able to, like, go up on stage and, like, do it as a job and, like, be in a different country and people just sing your lyrics and you're like, "What?" Like, that was pretty crazy to, like, see that in real time. And even just, like, when you're wearing in-ears, I don't really have the audience's, I guess, sound up a ton, so I can't
Uh-huh.
necessarily hear them, a lot. I just kinda, like, look at their faces and their mouths moving,
Yeah,
but
their
then
mouth.
back to audio and you're hearing them, like, scream, like, the lyrics, and you're like, "What?" Like, it's so crazy.
That is so awesome. Are you doing any show yeah, I mean, you just did that tour, but do you have any coming up for the release or, like, maybe closer to the EP?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely planning some stuff. I just did a show in LA for my Flavor release, but I definitely wanna do something for the EP in the fall, and then, yeah, hopefully join another tour, early next year, so
Love
hyped.
it. Amazing. Thank you again so much for doing this. I have one more question. I wanna know if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone always says it, but just be yourself because I think it's so easy to try to emulate other people and, like, copy people's videos or their sound or just kind of get lost in that. But I think what I've learned and found successes is just making your own path and doing what you wanna do and just doing making the art you wanna make and looking the way you wanna look and working with the people you wanna work with, I think is just it makes the process a lot more fun and enjoyable, and I think it's a long haul, it doesn't happen overnight as much as people think it does. But, yeah, so I think to have, I guess, sustainability and longevity, just stay true to yourself.
Bringing it backward.